On July 26, 1948, U.S. President Harry Truman signs Executive Order 9981. Truman's order comes 3 years after the end of World War II, during which 900,000 black Americans served with distinction in the U.S. military. The order bans racial discrimination and segregation in the U.S. military, a practice which formally began with the Federal Militia Acts of 1792. The push for Truman's order is led by civil rights activists Grant Reynolds and A. Philip Randolph. You may recognize Randolph's name, as he is one of the organizers of the 1963 March on Washington, where MLK delivers his I Have a Dream speech. Facing pressure from Reynolds, Randolph, and others, Truman, a World War I veteran, establishes the Commission on Civil Rights and urges Congress to enact legislation. When Congress rejects his pleas, he issues executive actions, including Executive Order 9981. It is a watershed moment in U.S. history and helps lead to the civil rights movement just a few years later. The first major conflict involving now desegregated U.S. armed forces begins just 2 years after Truman's executive order, as U.S. forces are sent to the Korean War. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1775, the U.S. postal system is established, with Benjamin Franklin as first Postmaster General. In 1847, Liberia, a colony established in West Africa for the formerly enslaved, declares its independence. In 1908, U.S. Attorney General Charles Bonaparte establishes the office that becomes the FBI. In 1943, iconic Rolling Stones lead singer Mick Jagger is born near London, England. In 1956, Egyptian President Nasser seizes control of the Suez Canal and nationalizes it, sparking the Suez Crisis. In 1990, U.S. President George H.W. Bush signs into law the landmark Americans with Disabilities Act. In 2016, Hillary Clinton becomes the first woman nominated for president by a major U.S. political party. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. Who was the leader of the Reign of Terror during the French Revolution? Napoleon Bonaparte, Jean-Paul Marat, Jacques-Louis David, or Maximilien Robespierre? Think you know the answer? Drop your guesses in the comments below. Find out if you're right next time on Today in History. You made it through Today in History. Nice work. Now treat yourself. Click the video on the right for what happened yesterday in history. Still can't get enough? The link on the left's got the whole playlist buffet. Want to make history a daily habit? Click my face in the middle to subscribe.